Oh, you do see him.
Do you see him? Oh yeah, he's beautiful right there. Oh, there he goes.
Oh my gosh. So today is story time. The reason I'm going to be telling the story is because I didn't get the footage that I would have hoped to for the subject of this video. Me and my family take this trip to a little town every year. And I knew that there was good fishing in this little town that we go to. But for some reason we had never actually fished anywhere in the area. There was a river and a couple reservoirs. And this last year, so just a few weeks ago, I decided, all right, we're gonna finally go fishing in this spot. And so I started doing some research in the area and figured out that there were a couple decent-sized reservoirs nearby. And the closest one was the smaller one, kind of tucked away. And we thought, well, what the heck, we'll go. Me and my brother-in-law decided to scout this reservoir out. We went to the local gas station, which just happened to be the only place in this little town that you could actually buy fishing tackle. And we asked one of the guys there about the reservoir. And he claimed that he caught a 12-pound rainbow trout, which, if you fish for stocked rainbows in kind of the area that I'm in, that's huge. And so we decided, okay, well, we'll take that info and go see where these monster trout were. So we make the drive all the way out to this reservoir. It was really only 30 minutes from where we were staying. We had to pass through a tiny little town, smaller than the one we were staying in, and a few dirt roads to this reservoir. It was really tucked away. There was nobody there when we got there. And we found there was a little boat ramp and a dock. Again, nobody there, so we just walked right out onto the boat dock, and I set up my rig, cast it out once, and on the first cast, within just a few seconds, I got a bite. We overreact a little bit, just because me and him had never really caught rainbow trout like these. So first cast, we were just testing the waters, just like we're gonna see what happens. Look at this chunk, dude. That's probably what is that? 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds? He's so fat. Look at the diameter on this guy. Are you kidding me? Look at this guy. Look at that. What is that? Pound or foot and a half? Foot, maybe. What is that? No, that's
Probably 14.
14 inches. Yeah, I was gonna say.
We should weigh him.
We should, but I don't have the type of.
Your scale won't weigh that?
No, without hurting him. So obviously we were very surprised to even be catching anything. I didn't anticipate catching any trout. We were just scouting it out, seeing, you know, what the reservoir was like, and we were going to come back with the canoe that we had brought so that we could get out onto the water and catch these so-called monster trout. And the fact that I was able to catch one on my first cast was incredible. So you could see I was pretty excited about it, and it was a fat fish. It wasn't, you know, massive or anything, but bigger than I'm used to catching. And so we were excited. I was ready to cast back out. Second cast, before I think my line even hit the bottom, I got another bite. He's pulling drag. All right, let's get him, man. You got the net?
Let me get the net off of me.
Here, why don't you? Oh, let me tire himself out. This thing is huge. Get a gander.
Pretty.
There you go. Swim away, dude. Swim away. Oh, yeah. Again, I was ecstatic because that was 2 in a row that I had managed to catch at this reservoir that we knew nothing about. First cast, second cast, big fish, bigger fish. We were starting to think that maybe that one guy at the gas station wasn't exaggerating too much. Now, these were no 12-pound trout, that's for sure, but they were big, and I was catching them pretty easy. I was able to catch my breath in about, I'd say, probably a half hour later, I get another bite. Okay, I just took up on another one. He hit it hard. He bit this thing. When he pulls and drag pretty good. He's coming my direction right now, so let's see if he'll make a run. I might have already tired him out. It's kind of cold out here, so he's not as lively, but he's swimming this direction. Oh, he's coming this way. Let's see if we can see him in the water. Oh, you do see him. Do you see him?
Oh yeah, he's beautiful right there. Oh, there he goes.
Oh my gosh. That's 3, boys. That's 3. Oh, do you
He's
see
over
him?
there. He's huge.
That light's catching him right there. Let's see if we can get him a little closer for the camera. Oh, he's swimming this way. Oh, don't let him go into the dock. Don't go into the dock.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on.
There he is. Oh my gosh.
They just keep getting bigger. We measured 19 inches, 5 inches from top to bottom. I don't even know what to say. I mean, this thing is huge, man. I should mention that this was in the middle of July, so we were prepped for warm weather, but when we had gotten there, it was actually around 40 degrees, so that was one reason why I was even surprised that we were catching anything. Conditions were not great, but obviously you can see 3 catches in a row, each one bigger. That last one was a chunk. That's when we were really thinking, oh my gosh, there probably are 12-pound, possibly even bigger in this lake. And just before we were ready to wrap up, my brother-in-law, Adam, got his first bite of the day. Okay, he's still there. How big do you think he is? Yeah, but you got something. That means something. Let's see if we can see him.
Oh, there he is. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, he's big too. He's as big as the other one. So I didn't get too much of it, but here's Adam's. It's 18 inches, so just an inch shorter than my biggest so far. An absolute beast. He's bleeding a little bit, so grab him by the tail and then kind of move him back and forth in the water. There you go. Yeah, he's bleeding a bit, so we'll try and revive him. That is a big fish. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, dude.
Let him go.
Oh my gosh.
With that one being around as big as the last one that I'd caught, we were even more excited about what we might be able to catch here. So we go home, we tell everybody about it, we show all our pictures, and we convince the rest of my brothers to come with us the next morning. We really wanted to go back to see what else we could catch, not to mention we were going to catch some for dinner that next day. So the next morning, we get up and get ready to go out, and it is pouring rain. Still freezing as well, but we were so excited about this spot that we discovered. We went out anyway, and my brothers came along with us. It was freezing, it was raining, and we weren't getting any bites early in the morning. But a little while in, and my older brother Spencer says, hey, I think I got one. Unfortunately, because it was raining so hard and so cold and I could barely feel my fingers, I did not think to start recording. The funny thing is, I remember specifically he said, oh, it's a pipsqueak. Now, this brother does not fish very often. He was using my gear. He just happened to be there. And I don't know why when he said it's a pipsqueak, I believed him. Because once he got it close enough to see, it was well beyond the ones we were catching the morning before. Ended up being about 23 inches and 4.5 pounds. A few inches longer than the 2 big ones that me and Adam had caught. We ended up catching one more that morning. Spencer caught that one as well, lucky fisherman. And we decided we'd wrap it up and take those home to prepare. We were all pretty okay with leaving a little early just because it was so cold. The rain had died down, but it was still a little windy and definitely chilly, and we were already soaked. So we get home, and I prep the fish where you'll be able to see a little better just how big this fish really was. But this massive fish, I believe we measured it 23 inches, about 4.5 pound rainbow trout. I mean, look at this thing.
It's massive. So I'm gonna be cleaning him today. I'm excited to see how the meat looks. I'm thinking a fish this big, it's probably gonna be pretty nice. So. The knives here are not super sharp. There we go. Oh, the meat is orange. Look at that deep. Okay, I'll just show you a little bit. You'll see more of that, but look at that. Does that not look like salmon to you? Like, holy moly. You're not pulling that out of the little local ponds where I've been fishing. Yeah, these guys have been in that lake for a long time, eating a fantastic diet, obviously, if they're growing this big. So, yeah, that's awesome. That's what you want to see right there. So here are the clean trout. Unfortunately, I forgot my knife on this trip, and it's a bit of a botched job because all we had was pretty dull knives. I mean, look at the size and color of this trout. I mean, that's so orange. If you serve that to somebody and didn't tell them what it was, they'd probably just assume it's salmon. I mean, that is beautiful. So we're going to season these up, get some lemons in them, and then we'll cut to the finished product.
So as you can see, that fish was incredible. It tasted amazing. Again, we were so excited. I didn't even get the footage of us with the finished product and eating it. I'm kicking myself for not getting more footage of this trip because it was so fun and those fish were so cool. If some Joe Schmo might have caught a 12-pounder and my brother who never fishes could catch that, there could be some really, really big trout in that reservoir. So my plan is to go back, spend some real time. I mean, we only fished for maybe a total of 4 hours or something and caught all of those really nice trout. So I'm calling this episode 1 of my search for the monster rainbows that reside relatively close to where I live. I'm not going to give away too many locations as of right now. I might throw some general locations here and there. You might be able to piece it together yourself, but I just wanted to share this experience and let you know that very soon there will be some much more in-depth and well-shot videos of me going for some giants. I'm heading back up to that reservoir in 2 weeks, along with a few other lakes and reservoirs. We're doing a fishing trip with those same people. And so yeah, if you subscribe and stay tuned, hopefully you'll see it with me.